The village of Mensokun is a peaceful place to dwell. Even the birds can pitch anywhere without fear of humans. Chuma the donkey. Chuma is a very clean, calm and smart donkey that is always ready for his master's use. One evening tears filled the eyes of the villagers as Chief Ogidi just passed. But Chief Ogidi's only son Mauna has never liked Chuma the donkey. Mauna is a proud, arrogant young man who wants to be the envy of them all, especially the maidens. All the young girls in the village are always fighting over him because he carries them around with his father's donkey whenever his father is away and never bothered to give Chuma the donkey food. Now Mauna has made up his mind to be the richest man in the village. One evening, Mauna came with the donkey food and said, "Chuma, prepare yourself, for we have a long journey to make this evening." Mauna waited for everyone to fall asleep before leaving with Chuma the donkey. Chuma has never subject to such a long journey before, but he was a bit happy that he can at least see with the moonlight. They finally arrived in a big hut, and a man appeared dressed in black gown with calabash in his hand. Mauna was afraid initially, but he summoned courage and responded, "Yes, the Great One. Now take this calabash. There's water inside. Give it to all the 9 donkeys in your village, except your
Now
own
Chuma the
donkey,
donkey
and
heard
watch what
everything,
happens next."
and he was afraid, not knowing what will happen to his fellow donkeys. Now on their way home, a bright light thundered in the dark with a heavy rain fell. Suddenly, a man with a torchlight appeared in front of Chuma, pointing the torchlight straight to his eyes. Then Chuma stumbled and fell back. Muna got very angry with him. "How could you do this to me? You are a very lazy donkey. I will deal with you." Chuma the donkey was still trying to see the face of the man pointing the torchlight on him. He couldn't see his face. All he hears is, "Stop him now, or he will stop your lineage. Stop him now, or he will stop your lineage." But Muna didn't see or hear anything. He got a big stick and started hitting Chuma. "You good-for-nothing donkey. Thank your stars that the water in the calabash is still intact. I would have killed you myself." Immediately the man with the torchlight disappeared. Chuma stood up and Muna entered, and they head straight to the village. The next day, Muna brought food for Chuma with a smile on his face. Chuma was surprised, but he has no option than to eat the food. Muna decided to carry out his plan by visiting one of his father's friends that has 2 donkeys with the calabash water inside the bottle. They welcomed him with a plate of food and village fruits. His father friend promised to support him in any way he needs support. Muna decided to father's friend donkey and pour the calabash water beside the drinking keg and left immediately with Chuma. The people gathered in Eda Ogbodu's compound. His 2 donkeys just died. Muna was very happy when he heard about it, but Eda Ogbodu was in shock, wondering what could have caused the death of his 2 donkeys the same day. Meanwhile, Chuma the donkey was sad about the news. Then he remembered what the old man said to him about stopping him before he stopped his lineage. But Chuma said to himself, "How can I stop him? He's human, and I'm just donkey with no power." Now Muna said to himself, 2 donkeys are out of the way. I will make sure 3 months go this night. That night, Muna sneaked out of his house, so no one will hear or suspect anything. He moved straight to Chief Harrison's compound and sneaked in and poured the water into Dawkins' drinking keg and moved straight to another person's compound and did same. He was about entering Eda Obiama's compound when Eda Obiama's dog started barking at him and woke up Eda Obiama's children. They only saw someone's image, but didn't see his face. Then Muna ran for his life. The next morning, it was announced that the village has lost 2 donkeys. Now fear gripped the villagers as the king has to call for a meeting. "We have lost 4 donkeys within 2 days," said the king. "What is going on? What do you suggest we do?" Eda Obiama said, "Someone visited my house last night, probably to kill my donkey, but my dog chased the person. Long live my king. This is Chief Harrison. I will suggest we bring a powerful chief priest to our village so he can tell us what is going on in this village." Half of the people there agreed with him, but Muna said, "Long live my king. I have a suggestion." Then the king said, "Go ahead." Since Chief Obiama said he saw someone in his compound yesterday, it means that someone from the village is involved. So I will suggest you appoint some youth to watch over the houses of those with donkeys. We just have 6 donkeys left, including my father's own, and I will voluntarily lead the group if you give me the permission, my king." Everyone was happy with his suggestion and cheered for him. The king accepted and permitted him to pick 10 young adults, and he should be their leader. That night, Chuma the donkey couldn't sleep. He wondered what would happen next. That night, the village slept peacefully. At least, they thought so. Chuma could not sleep. He stood silently in the corner of the hut, his eyes wide open, watching the flipping flame of the small fire. His heart felt heavy. 4 donkeys were dead, and he knew Muna was behind it. But what could he do? He was just a donkey. Still, the words of the old man in black echo in his heart. "Stop him before he stops your lineage." Chuma didn't know what that meant, but it scared him. Suddenly, he heard footsteps. Muna was awake. He crept out of the hut with a small bottle in his hand, the same bottle with a deadly poison. Chuma followed him quietly. Muna moved quietly through the dark paths, avoiding the village guards, the one he himself told the king to assign him as the leader. He was now heading to the compound of Eda Dabo, the only man with 3 donkeys left. Muna knelt near the donkey's water pot. He brought out the bottle. Just as he was about to pour the liquid, something happened. Chuma sneezed loudly. The guards heard it. "Who goes there?" one shouted, lifting his lantern. Muna panicked. He tried to run, but Chuma charged at him, knocking him down to the ground. The guard rushed in and saw the bottle rolling in the dust beside Muna. "What is this?" one asked. Muna tried to lie, but it was too late. One of the guards opened the bottle and sniffed it. His face changed. "This smells strange, like herbs and poison." Muna began to sweat. The noise woke the villagers. Everyone stared at Muna, who was now breathing heavily. The village was awake that night. Muna laid on the ground, groaning in pain. Chuma had kicked him so hard that he could not even stand. The guard held him down, while the villagers gathered with anger in their eyes. "He is the one. shouted the woman from the crowd. He killed our donkeys. When the king saw the bottle rolling on the ground and the dead donkeys around, he shook his head in sorrow. Muna, still coughing, tried to speak, but the king raised his hand. Enough, he said. Muna, son of Ogidi, you betrayed your people. You killed what served us. You killed the pride of Mensokun Village. The old madlock appeared again. This time, everyone could see him clearly. He walked slowly to Chuma. You are not an ordinary donkey. He stood up, faced the king and said, this donkey is blessed with the spirit of loyalty. He saved your village. The king stood and removed the golden clothes from his shoulders. He walked to Chuma and placed it gently across the donkey's back. From today, the king said loudly, Chuma is no longer just a donkey. He's a hero of Mensokun Village. The villagers cheered. Drums were beating. Songs were sung. As for Muna, he was banished from Mensokun forever. He lived away into the dark forest, never to return. Chuma stayed in the king's palace and was fed with the best food, cared for like royalty. Children would come every morning to greet him. Elders told his story at moonlight gatherings. And so, Chuma the Donkey, once a village simple donkey, became a legend for generations to come. And so, dear friends, the story of Chuma the Donkey reminds us all that kindness is never wasted, that pride leads to destruction, that even the smallest among us can bring about great change. Muna thought he could climb greatness through wickedness, but he fell lower than he ever dreamt. And Chuma, the humble donkey who loved and stayed loyal, became the pride of a whole village. Remember this, it is not the strength of your body, but the goodness of your heart. That's what makes you a true hero. We have so many Chumas working as gatekeeper, cleaner, or even office work, and they are afraid to stand up for the truth and stand against wickedness of men. This story is telling you not to encourage wickedness of men around you by keeping quiet. Speak your truth. May we always choose kindness and truth, so that when our story is told, it will be told with honor. The drum has spoken. The drum will call again. Subscribe to hear the next tale. Walk well.